After 2 days in which Armageddon seemed to have reached South Wales, the LV County Championship match between Glamorgan and Second Division leaders and title hopefuls Middlesex got underway with a cluster of wickets, with the returning Gareth Berg leading the way with career best figures of 6 for 58 as his side took control. Knowing that 20 points from their last 2 games would see Middlesex secure promotion, they would have been thrilled to finally get this match going on the 3rd morning. Chris Rogers won the toss and decided to have a go with the ball first, and after Tim Murtagh removed Alvaro Peterson for a duck before our camera was ready, Gareth Rees and Will Bragg started to put bat to ball in the first hour by putting on 46 for the second wicket at a steady pace with some thumping shots. The LV County Championship Second Division leaders would have been delighted to have Berg back in their side after missing most of this summer with a finger injury. The moment he came on, he had Rees well held above his head by Ollie Rayner for 35. Berg struck again in his next over, a brilliant comeback, as he had Stuart Walters taken by Andrew Strauss for 1 to reduce Glamorgan to 57 for 3. And when Corey Collymore had Jim Allenby leg before for 3, the Welshman had slipped to 72 for 4 in the first 18.5 overs. Bragg has hit a rich vein of form of late, and having seen his side to 102 for 4 at lunch, he reached a 50 for the 9th time this summer, this one coming off 70 deliveries. That was his 8th 4. For a while, he and Nick James were able to stop the rot as they put on 48 for the 5th wicket. But Berg was having a terrific day in what was only his 6th game of the season and his first since May. He took a sharp return catch to remove Bragg for 52. Murtagh then struck for the 73rd time in another superb season for him by having James held by Strauss for 27. Mark Wallace was named as the new Glamorgan captain this week. He will take over the reins from the outgoing Peterson next summer, and he now joined up with Graham Wagg to keep the bowlers at bay for the next 15 minutes or so, in which they took the total to 145. But Berg and Murtagh ensured that their resistance didn't last for too long. Berg claimed his 4th wicket by finding the edge of Wagg's bat as he was caught by Rayner on 10. Dean Kosker then drove Murtagh into the hands of Stephen Crook as he tried in vain to get off the mark. Moments later, Berg claimed the 3rd 5-wicket haul of his career by bowling Will Owen for a duck, and he took a 6th wicket for the first ever time when he also bowled John Glover. Glamorgan had been dismissed for just 157, with Berg taking 6 for 58. So Middlesex were batting before tea, delighted to have moved the game along after the loss of those first 2 days. Strauss, who hit more than 250 runs without getting out in the thumping win over Leicestershire last week, looked to carry on his form. However, the wickets continued to fall in the evening. Strauss had made only 9 this time when Wagg had him out LBW. Middlesex had come into this match with a lead at the top of 3 points, which had now been increased to 6. Promotion, however, is not a certainty, especially with London rival Surrey ending the season very strongly, as they aim to make it into the top 2 by the end of next week. So any runs that Rogers and Sam Robson could get would help their cause no end. Robson, having recovered after being hit on the head last week, had made 21 when he was the 12th man out in the day, leg before to Allenby. And it looked as if it was going to be one of those low-scoring days when the informed David Milan soon followed. He'd scored 8 when he nicked Allenby behind to Wallace to put Middlesex on 54 for 3. Glamorgan were fighting back, but they reckoned without Rogers, who batted far better than anybody else had done. He has his own unique style at the crease, but it served him brilliantly over the years, and he's always the prized wicket for any attack. They were to have no joy against him here, though. It looked as if the wickets were going to continue to fall around him when Jamie Dalrymple, back at his old stomping ground, was bang in front to Owen for 8. The former Glamorgan skipper will have been disappointed with that. Middlesex at this point were still a way behind in a match where bonus points may become the most important thing for them. But Rogers then started to put his side on top. A dab into the offside brought him to his 50 from his 73rd delivery. That was the 10th time that he got there in his first season for Middlesex. His was a crucial signing for the county. By the close, Middlesex have moved into a strong position courtesy of an excellent unbroken 90-run fifth-wicket partnership between Rogers and John Simpson. Simpson has long since made the wicketkeeper slot at Middlesex his own, and this week the county finally let Ben Scott go full-time to Worcestershire. Scott is a very decent player, which emphasises just how good Simpson is. He played his role perfectly here as he and his captain pushed their side into the lead before stumps were drawn. So Middlesex will want to bat on the final day to secure as many bonus points as possible. They've yet to get one with the bat, but are well placed to do so from here. They'll resume on 169 for 4 with Rogers on 81 and Simpson on 35, and that gives them a lead of 12.